this TikTok Tuesday, we're airing out the frustrations of this.
A lot of people do it with the intention of being helpful and kind and sweet and generous, and they're wanting the good things. But I think it's always important to also just say, we accept you, whether you're single or not, you know, because the truth is, not everybody needs to be in relationships. We talked about a lot of the issues there. So just, I would encourage friends and family, especially the well-meaning ones, to just say, are you happy? Are you doing okay? That's what we really need to know.
So let's talk to the experts about y'all dating advice. This is what y'all do. Amy, as a dating coach, what is your advice to singles out there?
I think that you can accept that the stage that you're in is okay and be proactive with looking for a relationship. There's no shame or harm in doing so. And this idea that you'll find love when you least expect it, it's actually false, because about 40% of male-female relationships are meeting online. And those are people who weren't just waiting for fate to strike. They set up a profile. They started messaging someone. They took love into their own hands. So it is okay to be empowered about your love life while also accepting where you're at.
All right, Dr. V, do you have any other words of wisdom to add to that? Because we know dating can be really exciting and fun, fulfilling, but it can also be pretty difficult.
It can be, and I think if you're very serious about finding a long-term partner, asking your closest friends and family, would you set me up, why or why not, might give you some insight, really valuable insight, maybe a little painful at times, but really good insight as to why maybe you might be striking out when it comes to dating.
So then how do you politely tell people, I don't need your unsolicited advice about being single?
I think you should tell them, you know what, I'm happy, I'm doing my best just like everybody else. You don't need to worry about me.
Did you hear that? You just keep your mouth shut, everybody. We just don't need to, we don't need to go there. Amy, any other words of advice?
Yeah, I would say for those people who are looking for a relationship, we tend to date and feel chemistry with what is familiar. And so I really encourage you to date outside of your type. And I think that even when you're swiping on an app, give a chance to people that you might not normally swipe on. And when you go on that first date, you don't need to feel this crazy romantic chemistry or that the soulmate bells are ringing. Just ask yourself, am I having fun? Do I want to see them again? That's all you need to do on that first date. It's a vibe check.
Yeah. Do you and I'm going to do me, long story short. And that's okay.
Yes, and give everybody that second date. I mean, the first date isn't enough to really get to know you or someone else. Who knows what kind of day they had before you. So one date, 2 dates, that should be at least a good start.
A lot of my single friends say they feel swipeable. They just feel like if they're not just doing everything perfect, the guy's ready to move on to the next one. It can be overwhelming.
That perception from the apps of there's just another one down the corner, around the corner that's better, is really hard to deal with.
It is. All right. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Dr. V. Good advice here.
Coming up next, a big health risk linked to drinking water. The Fox medical team talks about the invisible threat in plastic bottles.
I'm Carl Alberg, Chief of Police.